Climbing often and progressing consistently is quite overrated, I think. You know, us humans are not meant to experience such prolonged periods of satisfaction and psych, not to mention improvement. Therefore, every so often, I think you should add a break, ideally as long as possible. And in this video, we're going to go through a few surefire ways that you can achieve just that. Any of them has a good chance of working on its own. However, for the best results, I would recommend that you stack multiple ones on top of each other. Let's get into it. Tip 1. Make sure to climb every single day of the week, because rest days are for weaklings and you should never take any days off from your climbing. Tip number 2. Make sure to climb at your limit in every single one of these sessions, and ideally at the same style if possible. And since overhangs look the best on Instagram, make sure to just do those and avoid slab or anything vertical like the devil. Tip number 3. If you experience any pain or discomfort during climbing, make sure to push through. Pain is just weakness leaving the body, right? Well, either that or your tendon snapping. Tip number 4. Don't pay any attention to your feet. Your feet are for walking, maybe running sometimes, right? We're not monkeys to be using all our limbs to climb. Tip number 5. Lock off every damn hold like your life depends on it. Tip number 6. Make sure that your training load fluctuates as wildly as possible. Never let your body get comfortable. Make sure to surprise it every week with something new. Tip number 7, especially for beginners. If you're a beginner, any of the tips above or below will apply to you. However, here is one especially for you. Make sure to jump on the campus board as soon as you can, like right now. Pause this video and go onto the campus board and do some campus moves. And if you're not injured within the week, you get your money back. Oh, wait, you didn't pay anything, did you? Tip number 8. Eat at McDonald's every evening after your sessions. However, make sure to eat everything, including the buns and the fries, because you're not Dave McLeod after all. Tip number 9. Sleep is for when you're dead. Who needs sleep when you've got energy drinks? Think of it like this. The fewer hours you spend on sleep every day, the more hours you have for campusing. Tip number 10. During the day, make sure to be as sedentary as possible, both during your job itself, but also during your commute to and from it. And then make sure to start climbing right away as soon as you get to the wall with no warm-up whatsoever. No time to waste. And finally, tip number 11. After the inevitable layoff that my program guarantees for you, make sure to assume that your strength has stayed exactly the same as it was before. So when you go back to climbing, jump straight on to the hardest level you had achieved before, or ideally even higher, and then start projecting that right away from day one. And that's it, folks. You know how they say the only certainties in life are death and taxes? Well, after implementing these tips, injuries will be another certainty that you can count on. If you want to see how I recovered from a brachialis injury that was exacerbated by following many of these tips in this video, please check out the video here. And don't forget to subscribe for more life-ruining advice. See you in the physio's waiting room. Bye-bye.